Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm trading the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. The second I started this video, or right before it, just did this all within 1 second. Just a few seconds ago before I started, this was literally all within like the last 20 seconds. So anyway, getting into this chart review, we have the overnight highs up here, the overnight lows down here. These are our key levels for the day. I started trading at 8 Central Time, which is this area right here. Now, we have this uptrend, break, and we have this first push to a new high here. And so notice clearly with this one leg, we get a break, and then those two pushes higher. And now this might be harder to see because it's in this range right here. And then, you have this push up and then that push down right there, which I'll get into that in a sec. So these two pushes higher here on a bigger picture is really just one leg up there. So you have uptrend, break, first attempt higher, break, second attempt higher, failure. And it failed right at that overnight high. And I just want to point out here, so this right here, I liked it when it closed back into this range here, because once again, we basically had an uptrend with the break and two attempts at a new high. And on this second major attempt, it's almost measured with the smaller legs. And, I was unable to get filled on the limit order, but, anyway, we push on down here. We get this leg down. Now, this is a reversal area because, once again, the uptrend, we just had a couple attempts at a new high off the overnight high, and now we're pushing down. So what I would have wanted to see here, it was getting really choppy, and I was wanting a big picture failed second entry. So we have downtrend, break, and I wanted first attempt lower and then enter on the second attempt lower, which I did get over here. And I was looking for it earlier, and it was just way too choppy. Whenever it looks like this, you have this uptrend going here, but it's also kind of sideways and going into a down. It's like it can be very confusing. It's basically sideways. You just want to stay out of that until you get something more clear. But then here, when this downtrend here got this break, you can clearly see on a big picture here, just go by the count. We have this first entry long, second entry long, failure. It's just on a big picture here. And someone asked me about this, about why wasn't I so concerned about this triple test, which I want to go over this. There was this right here. At first you'd have it like this. It kind of cut through at first and then held back onto that level. But, you technically have this triple test here. Now, I want to mention this was an area where you expect a reversal down that you got this triple test at. And it's still significant. It's not, it's something to consider. You got the triple test and you rushed above the EMA. And now this, I only liked it after it was back below the EMA, because after that triple test happened, notice you made a double top here. So let me extend that. Let me make that smaller really quick so we made a double top right here, and it was at that previous level for this these lows right here on this range. So it was a breakout pullback right there, and then we got a double test of that level. So even though we had that triple test, we also we're forming a reversal pattern. At this point, it's closing below the EMA. So this is telling me that this double top is stronger than this triple test, which is not surprising considering it's forming a reversal pattern after the uptrend played out overall. So, and it did have to go through resistance right here. But, considering the bearish bias, I didn't mind it. It was a huge picture failed second entry. Usually you get a much smaller one. You might have bigger picture context, but in this case, you just got a very big picture setup. So I was willing to push it out more than usual, keeping it 1-to-1. It's like I said, sometimes you'll have good big picture context and you'll get like a little small failed second entry with big picture context, but the setup is more small picture. In this case here, you have this major measure move down off the highs, and it's a big picture setup as well. So I didn't mind. It didn't go much farther, than my target here, which is not surprising. Once again, we were very sideways at this point. So anyway, we push down here, we reach that, we get out, and then it does push on up here. We find resistance back from where we were finding it before with this double top right here. And notice here you technically have a failed second entry. You can see first entry short, second entry short, failure. But there is an issue with this. You don't want to go long there. You still have this down measured move in play. This downtrend right here, it was getting very choppy after it broke those highs right there. And that's because clearly there's still some bears looking to make that new low. They're trying to find resistance at this high right here, but it does end up breaking through. You know, like I said, it was very sideways. You don't want to just take a reversal pattern that's, you know, right after a bigger reversal pattern and it still hasn't met the measured move yet. So that does not look ideal, but we push higher here and start going sideways again, and then basically just pushes into what just happened here. You know, you can see here, even though we didn't get a third confirming bounce, it's still acting like we have downtrend, break, push to a new low. It's important to understand it's not always going to have a third confirming bounce. Sometimes it will react very similarly anyway. But yeah, there's really no entries for that. It was kind of just choppy here, and then we didn't get any clear lower highs. You know, it's not with any good signal bars here. You know, I mean, I guess this is a good signal bar, but, you know, that's a little bit insane. So that's going to do it for the day. I'll go over this one more thing. So we have this break, push to a new low. So even though it's, you know, kind of going crazy right now because of the FOMC, we could get a reversal pattern here. You know, the market might slow back down a bit, get more normal, and we could get a failed second entry to push higher here, because when you come off the lows of a range, you can expect to reach the highs, and we're already getting, you know, it's looking pretty bullish pushing back in there. So we could get something like, you know, say we push in and then get like something like this, maybe retesting. Maybe if we push down to this overnight low, we can get a fade in, two-legged retest. That could offer a great long. So, you know, we'll see what happens here. With the FOMC coming out, you know, it could end up rushing on down and turning into a massive downtrend. Who knows? But you just got to stick with what you see on the chart at the moment. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.